Welcome back to the Forever Game Podcast. Here we are today in this beautiful... Actually, here's what I heard today.
That was quite the left turn. Welcome back. So let's just get down to the nitty gritty.
No, what did I tell you this morning? January 20th is, what is it? Like the most depressing day of the year.
Yes.
Blue, they called it like Blue January.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was called.
Sure.
But it's a beautiful January 20th day.
I wonder how they measure that. Suicide rates?
I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently this is not a good day for a lot of...
I mean, it got up to -3 today. So I'm encouraged by that. The sun came out. Mm-hmm.
Super exciting. I am kind of happy on any day I get to wear my sunglasses, but...
That's true. That matters.
It affects things just a little bit when you're in the midst of Minnesota winter.
But then you have the whole walking in and outside, breathing on them, they get foggy.
I know. Okay, so that was a little tangent, but I feel like it's been a good day.
Yeah. Yes. we each had meetings today.
Yeah.
And they were, as we're in a service business for sure. And so we have lots of meetings with whether they're just helping people. We have a lot of like friends and family or like, I kind of need some advice with this. And so we'll meet and
people
have
just reach out randomly.
And some of those are potential clients. Some of them are not. And so our topic for this one was...
So you and I were debriefing.
Yeah.
And we kind of came to a little...
Like a little nugget.
Realization.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. A realization of something that people don't tell you, especially when you're in the service industry, or if you're if you're an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to do sales.
Yeah.
And so you meet with potential clients. You have potential client meetings, and maybe they're not framed that way, but they are that, right? Mm-hmm. And one thing that I've kind of synthesized from all of this the last 2 years or a year and a half, is that like 7 out of the 10 meetings that I have, and people don't tell you this, maybe we're just doing it wrong.
I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know.
7, and it could be the fact that we aren't really all that vocal about what we do.
Yeah.
But
I feel good about it. I think we're doing it okay.
Well, it's the way you prefer to do it.
Yeah.
You prefer to be the girl at the bar that looks pretty and waits for guys to come to talk to them. But you don't want to be the pretty girl. You want to sit in the shadows and
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Beat the guys at pool.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I will do.
Yes, which you sure think you will do. So, but anyway, 7 out, this is totally anecdotal. I'm making this up.
Yeah.
But I think 7 out of the 10 meetings I sit in, because I do believe in that what we're trying to do is help people and, in businesses and stuff, that 70% of the meetings I sit in, I'm like, I don't think you should go with us. Or I think you guys can do this internally. Or, you know what, you should probably go with these people instead. They're probably a better fit for you.
Mm-hmm. Which is sort of what both you and I just had to do.
Yeah. But feel good about it.
To some extent.
Right. Because it is the right answer. And it could be that maybe it's not the work we want to do anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've kind of talked about that a little bit. I mean, it's a matter of as you keep going and growing in whatever your business is, you realize what works and what doesn't.
Right.
What type of work works.
Makes sense.
And the people that work best for you.
Yes.
And I was thinking, even when I was reflecting on the meeting, personally, I thought, as I'm walking out of there, I was thinking, gosh, would I have said what I just said 9 months ago?
Right.
Probably not. I would just would have. I said, I can help you. I've got ideas. I can help you.
You have a checkbook? I can do it. Right.
But no longer.
Well, it leads to a couple things.
Yeah.
One, that's not the right fit. You're probably not going to make them as happy, because either it's not what you're talented in, or you don't really care about it.
Mm-hmm. I don't. If in the honeymoon stage you don't feel excited about it, oh man,
that's a good point.
It's all downhill.
I like this dating analogy that you just keep going back to. I know I used it inappropriately early, but you keep going back to it, and I like it.
Well, that just dawned on me a little bit. It should feel really fun and exciting in the beginning, just like it does in a relationship. And then you got to continue to, make it exciting. But if it doesn't from the get-go, then
that's a good point.
That's a bad sign.
Right. If you're not like, oh my gosh, this This is a
I'm
good
willing to
fit.
do it for free. Like
Yes.
that kind of perspective.
How does that analogy work? I'm willing
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No, I'm willing
That
to-
doesn't work.
You know what? I like you so much. This one's on the house, honey. Yeah.
But do
No. You pick that money up off the coffee table.
you could relate like with the work of 10, 17 in the beginning.
Yeah, totally.
Like you were excited to do it.
Yes.
And you wanted to get after it. Mm-hmm. And you did it for a lower cost. You didn't charge as much
I was
because
hungry.
you just wanted.
I was hungry.
Anyways,
Yep.
that was one point. I think I totally derailed what you were going to say about yours. Like there is a couple of reasons.
Yes. Yeah, you're totally right. And I think there's a certain, I just wish people would tell you that. Or maybe you just have to learn it
Yeah, I sort of feel that's kind of how it has to go.
because
You have to get burnt a little bit too.
yeah, you do. You got to have a couple of one-nighters in there that don't work out. Yep.
Yeah, and you learn from them.
Yeah, and sometimes they're longer relationships that then don't work out.
Yeah.
And what ultimately I think the real point is people can actually help you do this because you have to figure out the best for you.
Yeah.
Is maybe if you're in a service-based business or you're selling an actual product is you have to learn which sort of people you relate best to. And so that's why sometimes there's multiple salespeople on a floor if it's retail. And when one type of person walks in, you should hand it off to someone else because
Yep.
they have a better idea.
That's a good point too,
You know?
looking at it in that way. I didn't really connect that dot, but it's very true. Mm-hmm. Different people handle different personalities better.
And I walk away from those meetings not feeling crushed anymore.
Yeah.
Because before,
I actually felt good.
yeah, I felt great.
Because I was still helping. Like at
Yes.
the end of the day, I gave that person a lot of ideas, and I said, here's what I think is best. And it's only from my, from
Yes.
what I know
And you and I are
in my
both,
little short years of life.
and we're both honest about that.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and I'll say, my job is to give you the best advice I think in this meeting. It might mean that I tell you not to work with me or us,
Yeah.
but I only know what I know.
Yeah.
So
And I thought I gave some good ideas. And I said, just not
Right.
for me.
And in mine, it was more like I realized that it wasn't a good fit and that they already had good people. They didn't need us, know? And so, but making sure that you even try to help in that setting, or even it's even nice to say like, oh, you guys are good. You're in good hands, or,
Or you're thinking about things the right way.
yeah,
Too. That's half the battle.
because if you just try to sell, and they keep shooting you down, and it's not a good fit, they can tell you're not reading them. They can tell you only care about the sale. I'm talking about like the bad side of it, right? And then when other people ask, they won't want to refer you.
For sure.
But if you actually try to help and you're like, you know what, this is what we do. That's what you need. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I think you're in good hands,
Well,
or here are the people you should talk to.
You cultivated some trust.
Yeah.
And
They'll
that-
go about their lives and they're like, oh, you need that thing? Well, that's what these people do.
Yep.
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 Anything else to say? Thanks.
Not overly. I mean, I think we covered it.
We recapped it pretty well.
I'm happy
Okay.
with what we didn't accomplish today.
Yes, it was not the growth day that I anticipated, but something in,
Take it in stride.
you take it in stride, and the highs are not as high, the lows are not as low. I don't get as high as I used to. Sometimes yeah.
Do we need to take a trip to Denver?
Okay, you're talking about drugs.
No, I'm just
Very mature. Very mature. This
said you don't get as high as you used to.
got to make sure to click that explicit rating this time when we publish this one. But anyway, yes, I feel like I still get a little like up there.
You got more peaks.
I get excited more.
I know you do.
But I don't nearly go into the valleys that I used to. Mm-hmm. The only valleys that come are from when I have too long of a weekend.
Too much time.
Too much time off.
Too much time off.
Anyway, all right. Just help people and
Help
things
people,
will
and it's
go
okay
well.
to say no.
Absolutely. It's sometimes the best thing.
Yeah.